Hey folks, how you all doing? I thought today I would carry on with a series of videos I've made over the last 2 or 3 months. What I'm listening to recently, or recent spins, whatever you want to call it. And that's just where I quickly show the compact discs and LPs that I've been listening to recently, just so you can see what I sort of listen to, how eclectic my collection is, etc., and how eclectic my listening still is after all these years. I won't go into too much detail. There's about 17, 18 CDs to look at and 3 vinyl records. We'll just quickly go through them. I'll tell you what they are. If something needs to be explained, then I'll explain it. Or if I have anything to say about it, I will say about it. Otherwise, we'll just leave it as it is. So first off, recently, Jim James, Uniform Clarity. He's the lead singer of My Morning Jacket. He released 2 compact discs, or 2 albums at this time. I forget when this one came out, around 2020ish, I think. So Uniform Distortion, Uniform Clarity. Both albums are exactly the same. One is electric and one is acoustic. Obviously the acoustic is the Clarity one and the distortion one is the electric one, but this is the acoustic version. Really good album. Take a listen to just the Fool off the album if you want. That gives you a vibe of what the album is like. Next up, Paul Weller, 1997, Heavy Soul. Had that on rotation for 2 or 3 days in my car, actually. Brilliant album. One of his most guitar-driven albums, probably his most guitar-driven album since he split up the Jam. Just a great album. Every track's a killer on here. Gravity Stairs, Cradled House, that's their most recent album, last year or the year before. I think it's just last year. It's Cradled House. You know what sound you're getting with the Cradled House album. Blood on the Tracks, Dylan. Does contain my absolute favourite Bob Dylan song, Entangled Up in Blue. Just a great album. Shelter from the Storm. Simple Twist of Fate, absolutely brilliant. Idiot Wind, absolutely great. One of his greatest albums. Pete Townsend, White City. This one contains Give Blood and Face the Face. Really good album. Not as good as I remembered it to be last time I played it, but still pretty good nonetheless. Going through a bit of a Loretta Lynn thing this last few weeks. So I've got Van Leer Rose, which is one of her comeback albums. She released 3 albums towards the end of her life. All were produced by Jack White from memory. There's actually a duet on here with Jack White. A few of the songs on here have got that guitar-driven Jack White alternative country sound. The rest of these songs are just traditional Loretta Lynn country, and she's my favourite country singer of all time. Also got this one, Coal Miner's Daughter, which is sort of greatest hits. There's not a lot of her big hits. There's a few of her minor hits on here, but it's Loretta Lynn. That's all that matters to me. Joe Jackson, The Collection. To be honest, I prefer his studio albums over compilations. I think his albums need to be heard as entire pieces and not, mismatched with single here, single there from all over the place. It just gets very messy, in my opinion, listening to a compilation of Joe Jackson. Next up, in the rap world, Get Rich or Die Tryin', 50 Cent. Not much I can say about this. You either like rap or you don't. Well, no, you either like some rap artists or you don't. I mean, I like half a dozen rap artists and 50 Cent happens to be one of them. We also went for this one, another mid-70s album from the great Bob Dylan. This one contains Hurricane, Oh Sister, Sarah's on this one as well. Mozambique is probably my favourite track off this album. Great stuff by Dylan. What else have we got? Boston's Greatest Hits. Really, I'm not a big fan of Boston. I thought I'd buy this many years ago just to get an idea of what this band are like, because I'd known a few of their songs from radio play, and there's really, yeah, there's a lot of this I don't like. There's 16 singles on here. There's really not much I like, if I'm going to be totally honest. Yeah, I just don't like this album. And you can normally say if you don't like greatest hits albums by an artist, you're not going to like their studio albums. But they could be different, being sort of proggy. You don't know. I might get to it one day. I had this one on the car. This is the most latest one I've played. Roxy Music, Avalon. I am not a big fan of Avalon. I'm not a fan of Roxy Music, to be honest with you. I think I could name every Brian Ferry Roxy Music song that I like on both hands and one of my feet. Yeah, just not a big fan of Roxy Music. It's got 3 hits on here. To Turn You On, obviously the title track, and More Than This. I do think More Than This is a pop masterpiece. It really is. It's almost the perfect song. The sound on this album is incredible. It's crystal clear. Yeah, it's just absolute perfection. I just don't like the songs. An album that a lot of fans of David Bowie like, and other people dislike it. Me, I really like this album, Hours. It's very mellow David Bowie. Really good. Thursday's Child is really good. 7 is my favourite song off the album, for anyone that knows David Bowie and knows this album. Yeah, just a really, really cool album in my opinion. Johnny Cash and Rick Rubin with the American Recordings albums. This is the first of 6 albums. I am gradually going to... I've got them all ready to go, so I will be going through them shortly. Not all at the same time, but I've got them out specifically to go through them at some point. Just a great song, a great album. So it's the first of 6 albums co-produced or produced by Rick Rubin. Delia's Gone opens up the album. It's a song that Johnny Cash had recorded 30-40 years earlier. And what way to start off a series of albums by Johnny Cash than with a murder ballad? I mean, that's what Johnny Cash is good at, right? As a footnote, the 2 dogs on the cover there, according to legend, according to Johnny Cash, he was standing there waiting for this photo to be taken for the album. They couldn't quite get the light right. They were waiting for it. And all of a sudden, these 2 stray dogs just turned up and supposedly sat by him. And that's the picture they used for the cover. Whether that's right or not, I don't know, but it makes a good story anyway. One of my favourite albums of all time. This one's from 1996. Ocean Colour Scene, Mosley Shoals. I think that's how you pronounce it. Isn't it UK as Mosley Shoals? Great album. A lot of 60s riffs in here. It's got a bit of a Who vibe, bit of a Kinks vibe. Just a great mod R&B album. I could name any song off here and say go and listen to it. It's just absolutely brilliant. There's nothing I don't love off this album. Absolutely incredible. These guys never matched this album again, in my opinion. If you think they did, leave a comment in the comments section below and I'll go listen to the album. I do have 3 of their albums, and I also have an acoustic live album, but none of them compare to Mosley Shoals, in my opinion. Next up, we have another rap album. This is from last year. Yeah, it's from last year. It's the latest release from Eminem. The death, coup de grace, the death of Slim Shady. So he's trying to hark back to his old sound, his classic sound. And the whole album's basically a concept. He's rapping with himself. So Eminem is rapping with Slim Shady. It's sort of a album of alter egos, basically, yin and yang, good and bad, etc. It's a really good album. There's a couple of songs on it I'm not too keen on. Houdini is one of them, which was the lead-off single, because that sounds too much like a rip-off of the old Eminem when he was having his big hits. But overall, this is a really good album. The last compact disc I'm going to show you is It's called The Electric Warlock Acid Witch Satanic Orgy Celebration Dispenser. And it's Rob Zombie, ex-lead singer of the band White Zombie. He's also a horror movie producer. And yeah, it's just a really good album by Rob Zombie. He's sort of a parody of metal, basically. He's doing a parody of himself and of the whole metal scene. So yeah, it's just a really good album. It's not as good as his Hellbelly Deluxe album, which was his first solo album. It's not even in the same league as that, but it's a good album nonetheless. Next we'll get on to the 3 vinyl that I've played recently. We had Paul Weller's Heavy Soul, just back there on compact disc. I also played this one, As Is Now. This one is from around 2008 from memory, somewhere around there. I can't really recall. I think it was about 2008. This has every element that I like about Paul Weller. It's got his vaudeville style, it's got its dancehall style songs, it's got rock, it's got ballads, it's got folk, funk, soul. It's got everything on it, every element I like about Paul Weller. Not going to tell you how much I like this album, but if I was to do a Paul Weller Solos albums ranking, which I will be at some point very shortly, I'm just going to get the Jam one out the way first in the next few weeks, and then I'll get on to Paul Weller. This one will certainly be very high in my rankings list. The second of 3 vinyls I've played recently, another Paul Weller, Sonic Kicks. This one came out, 2012. It's his kraut rock electronic album, basically. When this album came out, I couldn't stand it, and I tried listening and trying and wanting to like it, being Paul Weller, for a good 7, 8, maybe 9 years, and then all of a sudden during COVID, the album just clicked. I just absolutely loved it. It just couldn't believe it. It went from disliking just about every song on the album apart from 1 or 2 to just, it clicked. It worked. I get it, you know. So yeah, just a really good album. I actually love that album cover as well. It's so cool. If you want a couple of songs, if you don't know these songs, you could try Cling I Clang, That Dangerous Age, Be Happy Children, and Paper Chase. Probably they'd be the songs you could probably go for just to get a vibe of what this album's like. But it's very kraut rock. It's almost David Bowie-esque, sort of the Berlin Trilogy type electronica. But yeah, just a really good album. And finally, the last album I've listened to recently is my favourite Michael Jackson album of all time. No, it's not Thriller. Off the Wall, absolute masterpiece of a post-disco album, basically. Absolutely fantastic. It's got a cover of Paul McCartney and Wings' Girlfriend on here. Paul McCartney apparently wrote the song for Michael Jackson. Didn't get around to recording it in time, so Paul did his own version in falsetto on the Wings London Town album. Michael Jackson ended up recording it, and he did a bloody good version of it as well. Absolutely fabulous. Would have been nice for them to do a duet, I think. But yeah, this is just a great album. Don't stop till you get enough. It's on here. You'll know that song, Rock With You. Obviously the title track, She's Out of My Life, a little ballad. And Girlfriend, absolutely fabulous album. Michael Jackson at his best, in my opinion. So that's the albums I've been listening to lately. So about 20 of them over the last, 3 weeks. So I do get through them. I generally put a CD in the car, so I hear it twice, basically, which is good if I'm going out to work or going out places, because I can get to listen to it between here and point B, and then point B and home. So I get to do that a couple of times, which is really good. And obviously I don't get a chance to listen to much vinyl lately, so I just randomly pick one every now and then. Obviously, excuse me, the Paul Weller were deliberate picks. I was trying to pick 3 Paul Weller albums that I really love, just to play them and see where they rank alongside each other. See, that's part of that whole ranking video that's coming up, but I won't tell you what's what or where these albums are going. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If I didn't bore you and you stayed till the end, let me know in the comments section below. What albums are these? Do you not have? Are there any artists here you're surprised that I do have and do listen to? Anyway, guys, leave your comments in the comments section below. Give me a thumbs up, and that way at least I know that you've watched it. Till next time, guys, when I make another one of these in probably a month's time, etc. Stay safe, take care. All for now. Catch you around and have a great weekend. Bye, folks.